This is football made in Africa. You're welcome to the Popular Stand. This is the Popular Stand for African football. Let's watch African football. Today we are dealing with the CAF Champions League qualified teams that are going to play in the group stage of the 2022-2023 CAF Champions League season. And here are the teams and the score lines that occurred in the second preliminary round fixtures. So we have Simba FC scoring 4-1 on aggregate against the Augusto. Real Club de Cardiogo lost to AS Vita Club of DR Congo on penalty. The first leg ended 0-0. The second leg also ended 0-0. So on penalties, AS Vita Club won 4-3. So RC Cardiogo this time were not lucky like they were with the Santi Kotoko during the first preliminary stage. So they are out. Elsewhere, Horoya FC of Guinea beat ASEC Mimosa of Cote d'Ivoire on aggregate of 2-1. First match ended 1-0 in favor of Horoya, and then this second leg ended 1-1. So Horoya FC progressed to the group stage of the competition. Cotton Sport of Cameroon beat Royal Leopards by 2-1, and on aggregate they qualified by 3-2. Then Al Hilal Onduma of Sudan beat Young Africans by 1-0, and on aggregate, because the first one ended 1-1, on aggregate is 2-1 against Young African. With that, Casablanca, the defending champions, showed their supremacy over Nigeria's River United. The first leg, Nigeria Rivers United beat Wydad Casablanca by 2-1. And in their return encounter, Wydad Casablanca showed that they are the defending champions. So they beat Rivers United of Nigeria by 6-0. That is a heavy scoreline, but there was a heavier scoreline in the tournament than this one. There was a red card in that match against the Rivers United club. So Wydad Casablanca beat Nigeria's Rivers United by 7-2 on aggregate to qualify to the group stage of the competition. Other teams that played are as follows. So TP Mazembe from DR Congo this time were not lucky. It's also a powerhouse of African football, but they lost on penalties to Vipers by 4-2. All the first and second leg matches ended 0-0. So on penalties, Vipers go through 4-2. El Ali, the almighty El Ali, the champions of African football, the home of African football, showed their supremacy over US Monastireni by beating them 3-0, and on aggregate 4-0 to qualify Al Ali into the group stage of the competition. Then ES Tunis also beat Plateau United 1-0. So on aggregate it was 2-2. So ES Tunis qualify 2-2 on aggregate, but qualifies on the away goal rule. Al Ali Tripoli scored 3-1 against Al Marek of Sudan, but because of the away goal that Al Marek scored in Libya, it qualifies them because Al Ali Tripoli could not score any goal when the first leg was played in Sudan. So the one goal that Al Marek got in Libya qualifies them to the group stage of the competition. Then we have Raja Casablanca winning 1-0 against AS Neglect, and on aggregate is 3-0. That is, they won the first match by 2-0 and repeated 1-0 in the second leg. So that is that. And then JS Kabylie drew 1-1 with ASCO Di Kara, but on aggregate JS Kabylie goes through with 3-2, having won the first leg by 2-1. The other fixtures and results are Petro de Luanda winning 1-0 against Cape Town City of South Africa. and the first leg ended 4-0 in favor of Petro de Luanda. So Petro de Luanda goes through on 4-0 aggregate. And then this is the match that I was talking about. Mamelodi Sundowns beat La Passe FC by 8-1. In the first leg, Mamelodi Sundowns won by 7-0. So on aggregate, Sundowns beat La Passe by 15-1. That is like a cricket match. And then Zamalek beat Flambeau du Centre by 5-1. And on aggregate was 6-1 because Zamalek won both home and away. And then last but not least, Belouizdad beat Joliba by 2-0. And on aggregate 3-2 to qualify to the group stage of the competition. So here are the teams that has qualified to the group stage of the CAF Champions League 2022-2023 season. They are Al Ahly of Egypt, Al Hilal of Sudan, Al Marik SC also of Sudan, Atletico Petroles of Angola, Cotton Sport FC of Cameroon, then CR Belouizdad of Algeria, ES Tunis of Tunisia, Horoya AC of Guinea, JS Kabylie of Algeria, then Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa. We have Raja Casablanca of Morocco, Simba FC of Tanzania, Vipers of Uganda, and then with that, Casablanca of Morocco, who are the defending champions. Then we have Zamalek SC, and then we have AS Vita Club. They beat Kadiogo. So Kadiogo is no more in this loop. It's rather AS Vita Club of DR Congo. So these 16 teams are going to battle it out in the group stage, which will come off somewhere next year. The draw will be brought to you live on this channel when CAF announces the date. One thing I've observed is that most of the zones were represented apart from the West Africa Zone B. West Africa Zone B had no representative in the group stage. What is happening to West African club football needs to be looked at. So from the northern, they dominated with about 6 clubs, 2 from Egypt, 2 from Morocco, 1 from Algeria, and another one from Tunisia. It's only Libya that didn't have a rep in the group stage of the Champions League. Then when we go to the Central, we have at least 3. Then from the south, we have South African club, which is Mamelodi Sundowns over there. In the eastern, we have other clubs over there. But when you come to West Africa, put Zone A and Zone B together, it's only 1 rep, which is that's Guinea. A team in Guinea called Horoya AC. So what is happening to West African football? When it gets to national team football, West African teams are doing very well. But when it gets to the club level football, we cannot be found where we need to be found. When it gets to money zone of African football, we are nowhere to be found. If we don't do this and we don't make our presence felt in the Champions League group stage, then the Super League that is coming, it will be very difficult for teams in West Africa to be represented. Last year, it was the same Horoya AC of Guinea that represented the whole of West Africa. So that's just by the way. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please kindly hit the subscribe button and give us a like. And let's push African football. This is ours. It may not be what we like, but this is ours. We need to like it. We need to watch it. We need to patronize the African football. Thank you and see you in the next one. Please subscribe. Makram.